Welcome to the January 2026 Power Platform Community Call. I am so excited for you all to be here. It is a new year, it is a new month, and it is going to be new opportunities to see amazing and cool stuff within the community. So thank you for joining. My name is David Warner-Quisitive. I'm your humble host, and with me is Daniel Lasquez, the one and only, and of course, Shane Young. Shane, how are you today? How's your January?
You know, David, it is great. Thank you for asking. I am very excited. I'm not as excited as you. Did you have an extra cup of coffee this morning? You feel like you're double ready to kick this year off and make it an awesome one for the Power Platform?
I just wake up like this. The hair's already done, less time in the day to have to, buff the head out. So, you know what? It's just so much energy for this community. So I love it.
Well, I'm glad that we're here for it. So what do we got?
Well, we've got plenty. I'm so glad you asked. It's like we skipped that. So the agenda for today, we're going to talk about some community resources, community samples, some Power Platform news and events, and we're going to have that group picture time with Together Mode, so we'll have an opportunity to get those cameras ready. And of course, why we're all here are two amazing presenters of the day. Nilufer is back. She's going to talk about Create Sales Insight Agent and Copilot Studio with Code Interpreter. Super, super cool. And then Alek is here. He's going to talk about AI-driven documentation for Power Platform solutions. And everybody, this is Alek's first time on the community call, so we are going to show him all that community support and love that we know we can, so we're super excited for that. Now, I mentioned those resources. There are plenty. There are tons of resources available to each and every one of you. Starting with our Microsoft Community Learning YouTube channel. This is a YouTube channel where YouTube comes to us and says, hey, you guys should post less because you'd have better metrics. And we're like, heck no! We post amazing content every single day because that's what we're getting from each and every one of you out there. These are movies and videos from Microsoft and the community. The demos and these community calls are posted there, and so much good content. So if you've not gone there and subscribed, then I highly request it and encourage it. Go in, smash those subscribe buttons and hit those like buttons and let everyone know that you are a big fan of the content that they're creating because, hey, sharing is caring, right? Okay, and we've also got our LinkedIn group for discussions, so you can go collaborate with other members of the community in that Microsoft and professional atmosphere. We've got our open source tooling, sample galleries of which we'll talk a bit about today. And of course, you have to remember every single one of these, and there'll be a quiz at the end. I'm just kidding. No, there won't. All you got to do is remember one or maybe two community URLs, aka.ms/community/home, or our fancy top-level domain, community.ms will take you there. Now, you heard me say that Alek is a first-time presenter on this call, so you may be wondering, do they welcome other first-time presenters? You betcha. We absolutely welcome presenters on this call, and we encourage you to go fill out this form, ak.ms/community/request/demo. I know it's long, but we pasted it in the chat, and you can type it in as well. So all you got to do is fill it in, and you know what? You may be thinking, well, what do they want me to talk about? Shane, what do you think?
We want you to talk about whatever you want to talk about, wherever you are comfortable. One of the biggest misconceptions people have is they're like, hey, someone's already covered this before, right? That Shane guy's already made a video on it. Shane has like 600 videos. He's already covered whatever it is, right? It doesn't matter, but you have a new way of saying it. You have a new perspective. You have new ideas. And the way that you say it might be the thing that finally makes it click for someone. So don't ever be like, hey, I don't want to do this because it's already been covered. I need to come up with something new. No, you need to come up with something that you are passionate and know about and then share that. That's what we're looking for.
100%. And yeah, don't worry about Shane. He's got every video under the sun. He's even got a video about his videos. We call it Shaneception. So you got to share it no matter what. It is critical that you come and present. We would love to have you present. It doesn't have to be on time travel or anything like that. Absolutely. If you're passionate about it, others will be too, we promise. And if you need a little buddy system or support, we're here for you. Just let us know when you fill out the form. This is my first time. I would like a little support. We'll get back to you and we will hold your hand and work with you the entire way. So it's a great opportunity to start getting yourself out there if you want to, or become an MVP. It's a great way to begin that journey as well. We highly, highly encourage it. All right, let's talk about some samples and badges that are available to each and every one of you. Kate is out today, but we're going to talk about some Power Platform samples. Her and Daniel are rocking it with these repos that are available to us to see all the cool and amazing Power Platform things that are available across the appnosphere. So
Oh.
Okay, so I know I'm full of them today. All right, but yes, they are there for you to use, and they are there for you to contribute to. So there are currently over 72 samples, 63 snippets, and 120 prompts. Those prompts are easy ways to get involved, so please don't hesitate. And if you're like, but David, I heard that it uses this thing called GitHub. What is that all about? Well, guess what? We are here to provide you guidance on that. So Sharing is Caring is a program that provides hands-on guidance. What does that mean? It means that we are going to join a live Teams call together, and we're going to walk you through how to contribute to the community, demystifying all those crazy things and terms at GitHub like fork and raw and blame and what's a pull request. I don't know. We're going to demystify it. We're going to walk you through it. And guess what? It counts as an actual demo and a contribution. Excuse me, not a demo, a contribution. And so why does that matter? Well, we'll tell you in a minute. But we got some things coming up. We had one at the end of December. We've all maybe seen, and again, we work in the Power Platform as well as the Microsoft ecosphere. And so things like SharePoint Hackathon 2026 is coming up. And so there's going to be a session on that if you'd like to learn how to interact and contribute to that initiative. A lot of cool stuff in store, so keep an eye out for that schedule, aka.ms/sharingiscaring, and we will get those scheduled out here soon. And I mentioned that it is a contribution, and that matters because our community recognition program is back and alive and well for 2026. We are covering all and so many products and technologies. Of course, we've already started putting out some of those ever popular badges like Prompt Pro, Snippet Sourcer, Blog Author, and more. You may have seen a ton just come out last night for adding up all the 2025. So if you haven't gotten them, take a look in your junk mail, maybe check that out. It is a great way. It is absolutely free. These are live and accredited badges. They absolutely show that you're making a difference. So share them with your manager, share them with your clients. It could be the opportunity to get that next contract or that recognition to get a raise or a promotion because it shows that you're making a difference in the community and that you're going above and beyond. So it's a great way to show that recognition and be able to show that you're making that difference. So it's awesome, awesome, awesome. And when you do opt in at aka.ms/community/recognition, we are tracking the work you're doing. So here is a collection of our 2025 contributors. Love to share this slide. This is one of my favorites. Shows everyone who has been contributing through that program. This is the way that we can track you. So if you've been contributing, but your name's not on here, let me know or go opt in because that's how we track everything that's going on in the community to be able to not have to go check the boxes every single time manually. This allows us to aggregate all our contributors. So love seeing these names, love seeing everybody get involved. Share this slide with everyone that you're doing so awesome and we appreciate it. It is amazing. Okay. What are some events coming up? We all love events, right? So we've got TechCon 365, a collection of these coming up in Atlanta, Chicago, and Seattle throughout this year. So awesome opportunities to collaborate. We've also got the Microsoft 365 Community Conference coming up in April. Of course, that's going to cover some topics in and around Power Platform as well, no doubt. I know I'll have a session there, and there's some other opportunities to communicate and collaborate. We've got ECS, which is kind of like a hat trick of sessions coming up in May. There's 3 different conferences in one. It's like a hat trick, right? It's awesome. Check that out. The European Power Platform Conference coming up, of course, in June. And we've got a ton of community events as well. And these are amazing events, everybody, because the passion and the energy that's put into them is unequaled. So if you're in a position to support these events in any way possible, please do that. Some of them are live, some of them are hybrid, some of them are virtual and dynamic alone, or virtual, I should say. So support them as much as you can, or just, hey, go promote them, or let the organizers know that you appreciate them, because a lot of hard work goes into these, and it would not be possible without the passion of everybody in this community. And that is right. The European conference is wrong. It starts the end of June, so that just got changed. We'll get that updated, so thank you for that. Now, the Teams has been teaming lately, so we just wanted to remind everybody, hey, there's an opportunity here to turn on our cameras, see if we can trick Teams into seeing that we're all ready for our together mode. So there we go. It's going to be awesome. We'll get to that in just a few slides, but first, let's get to our news desk. The more you know. We're going to start with Shane on notes from the field.
Good old notes from the field. All right. So I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I didn't want to do one of those silly recap posts, right? Because I feel like those are always meh. But so I'm trying to really figure out, let's be honest, 2025 was a interesting year for the Power Platform, right? We kind of had all these people a lot of people hesitated. Like, all right, well, if AI is going to take over and just build everything for me, like maybe I should stop investing in Power Apps and Power Automate, right? Like, so there was a little bit of a delay. Turns out that AI is not going to replace all of our apps or workflows. It's not going to replace all of us, right? But it is here to augment us. So since 2025 kind of left everyone in the, what do I do next? I thought what I would do is I am currently running a survey called the State of the Power Platform, right? And Copilot Studio. The idea there is in this survey, it gives you a chance to say, hey, here's what our company sees on the horizon this year for all the different types of Power Apps, all the different types of Power Automate, Power BI, Fabric, Copilot Studio. Like, where do you see all of that coming? You're like, well, why would I do this? The reason that I'm pulling it together, though, is if you fill it out, you can actually get a copy of all the data. So if you want to see what other people in your industry or other trends that are going on, like you want to compare what you have planned for 2026 versus what your peers have planned for 2026, then this is your chance to get that information. So it is anonymous. I'm not using it to sell you anything or anything like that. It is just the idea of a survey to try to get us all on the same page. And I can tell you like a whole, like over 100 and 150 people, I don't know, a whole bunch of people already filled it out. And you can definitely see that investment in Power Apps and Power Automate for the overwhelming majority is already on the upswing. So let's pull that data together and then look at that holistically. So that's what I got for the notes from the field this month is I'm asking you all to help me collect more information so we can all understand better what's going on in this world of AI change that we live in.
That's right, Shane. AI is not taking. Just kidding. All right. Yes. Thank you, Shane. Awesome stuff. The links are in the chat for you. And for those that are watching on demand, it will also be in the show notes. So you don't got to type that crazy little long URL in. We got you covered.
That's what they call a short URL in forums.
I know, right? Why not give everybody the short URL? Why the long URL is even an option? Anyways, okay. Well, there's even more exciting information. Some things just kicked off, and I am so excited to introduce Daniel is here for us to talk about a bunch of news and a cool new opportunity for an operative agent.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I have a couple of news items here. The first one is that we now introduced Copilot Studio Agent Academy Operative, and that's a new course that we just released last week. And you can now go through that course, and then when you're done, you can get a badge. So make sure to go to aka.ms/Agent Academy and then finish the operative course. You can also still finish the recruit course as well if you want to, so you can get a badge for that as well. And in other news, we have the new feature where you can copy an agent from Microsoft 365 Copilot to Copilot Studio. So you can basically upgrade the agent that you have created in Microsoft 365 Copilot and then copy it to Copilot Studio and continue from there on. It's a really nice feature that you have as well. And the last one that I have for now is renaming agent flows inline. It was a bit of a hassle to rename agent flows, and now it's possible to just click on the title and change it there and save it again. So make sure to look at those news items, and I'll be back next month, or April will be there. Yeah, let's continue at least.
Awesome. Thank you, Daniel. Super excited. The Agent Academy is awesome. If you have not checked it out, go check it out. You've got 2 stages of it available now, and a third is going to be coming soon as well. So super, super, super excited for that. Keep an eye out and get involved because you can get those badges, and they are rocking it. So awesome stuff. All right, what time is it? It is picture time. So see if you already have those cameras turned on. So we'll give the rest of you an opportunity. I'll bring this over here into the crowd. We're in the classroom today, so looking awesome. I will get my Camtasia spun up here for the recording. Awesome. Looks like we're getting more and more showing up.
Before. I've never seen the classroom one before. This is a
new
design.
It's kind of fun. I think it's been there a while, but everybody always goes for the larger one. This is only 3 less, so this is 47 allowed. So we can still get quite a few in here. So awesome. I see some people still showing up. Great to see you all. This is lovely. Loving it. I love the hat. This is rocking it. Excellent. Looking good. Everybody will give it we're doing great on time. So we'll give it just another minute or two. I see some more showing up. Excellent. Teams is cooperating today. The clarity is great, so you're not all in the community protection agency or anything like that, right? We can see your faces, which are awesome. Looking great, looking great. Okay, let's give the countdown and let's do the dance. Let's do the wave in. 3, 2, 1. Great to see you all. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for supporting this community in the way that you do. These initiatives would not be possible without all the passion and work that you put into it. We are so appreciative and so grateful. So thank you so much. Great to see you all. Excellent, excellent stuff. All right, well, let's get back to our regularly scheduled program, and we are going to kick into our demos, why we're all here for the day. We're going to start off with Nilufer, and she is going to talk about Create Sales Insight Agent and Copilot Studio with Code Interpreter. Feel free to take on over the screen.
Hello, everyone. I will share my screen. Let me know when you see my screen.
It is loaded. I see the admin center. There we go. Just throw that into,
Okay.
Yep, perfect. Take it away.
Great. Hi, everyone again. Lovely to see you again. I'm Nilufer. This is my second time in community call, and I'm excited to show you the case I created to test Code Interpreter. Let's first start introducing by myself. I'm based in Turkey and I'm Microsoft MVP in Copilot Studio field, and also I'm an expert in Copilot Studio and Power Platform. I work as an AI engineer in a consultancy firm, and I lead a user group in Turkey, which is Microsoft Power Platform Turkey user group. In case you want to connect with me, you can scan the QR code and I can drop at the end of the session too. Let's just switch to the overview. We will together see how I built these sales insight agents with Copilot Studio. There are two ways I tried, and we will see how I configured this Code Interpreter functionality, and later on we will see how we can explore data analysis capabilities, what kind of output we are getting, and lastly we will see the demo part. Let's just start with the sales insight agents, what I created and what's the purpose of this agent. To understand the Code Interpreter, I created this agent, and in this agent I am uploading Excel file or CSV file, and it gets this file contents, and by using Code Interpreter it calculates total sales, average sales, top selling product, and also I'm validating the input I give to the agents by just checking the columns like product and amount column. These columns are the compulsory columns that has to be kept in the Excel file, and also I'm generating the simple bar chart at the end. Actually, this instructions part in the agent is all about the Code Interpreter, which I use built in the settings in the Copilot Studio, but there are another way. So let's just move on and I will show you what kind of ways we can use Code Interpreter. First of all, as I said, there are two ways. First way is built in Copilot Studio, and by going to the settings, I will show to you in a minute how we can enable this. By just clicking settings, we are opening this Code Interpreter functionality, and if we are creating autonomous agent here, it directly help us and understand we will execute some Excel file or CSV file, and it turns output to us. And another way is using AI Builder for that purpose. And in the Copilot Studio, we are going to tools and creating prompt for that purpose. And with that prompt, we are getting the output. So let's just first see the first part, which is enabling how we can enable this functionality within the Power Platform Admin Center. And I will show the built-in options. For using this Code Interpreter functionality, first of all, we are going to the Power Platform Admin Center and we are clicking the Copilot icon there, and then we are going to settings, and then we are clicking code generation and execution. And in the environment you are working for this agent, you are enabling this. For my case, I'm using my personal environment, and I say edit settings here. Then later on, I already switched this on, but if it's not on already, you should do this at first. But you may not access this part if you are not admin. Maybe you may contact with your admin in case you are not seeing these features by yourself. And later on, it enables you to see the see the code interpreter functionality in your agent. And also you can use this inside the AI builder. First of all, I will show you also the settings parts in code interpreter. For this part, you are going to the generative AI and then you are switching this code interpreter on. And let's save this and first try this one. To test these agents, also I created a dummy data with the product, region, month, amount, and price. And as I said, product and amount column are compulsory. It has to be included in the Excel file. So I'm validating this Excel file too. So let's just go to our agent and test this together. This is a very simple agent. Actually, I just put something on the conversational boosting to test the code interpreter. For now, I am just using the code interpreter, which is built in. We open, we just switch off, switch on here. So let's just continue. I will just upload my data here, sales with price, and I'm saying, can you analyze this? As you see in the left side, it shows us what actions it takes. First of all, it just analyzes and it takes a bit time, but later on it shows us the code it generated for executing our Excel file. Let's wait a bit and see the output together. Yes, it's coming, I think. Okay, great. As I said in the instructions, it give me the total sales, average sales, top selling product, and then it shows me the one bar chart as I mentioned in the instructions. Also, you can see the Python code here and understand how it is calculated. That's really nice. For now, this was the first method we tried, but let's just try with the AI builder too. So I will switch off this to show you the other way. Okay, let's go to our topic. In conversational boosting, I'm just triggering this when user wants sales insights, and then later on it asks questions about uploading the file. Then for the prompt part, this is the most important part and the main part. We are using code interpreter. It's a bit small. Let's just switch here and show here. Here also there's some nuance to use the code interpreter. We are going to settings and also we are enabling code interpreter. Then we write the instructions similar to the agent site we write there. But here also I created something like you are given this file and your task is to do this, and return should include a short summary and the encoded image, and also the if column is not validated, it should ask us again. And for now I'm using the GPT-5 chat, but as you may know already, there are other anthropic models. If you think other works better for your case, you can also use this. This is an optional. So let's just continue here. I am giving the file that I got from the user, which is coming from as an output of the question. Then later on, I'm turning the answer of this inside summary as a text, and I'm ending the current topic. Let's test this together again. But first of all, I will say to trigger this topic, I will say, can you give me sales insights? It asked me for my file. I am selecting sales with price. And that's it. It's generated the total sales and also average sales and top selling product and the bar chart. This is a similar output we got from the previous method. So that's the two type of code interpreter usage inside Copilot Studio. Let's just continue with the slides. Actually, we made the demo, and lastly I will talk about what we got and what we can get by using the code interpreter. We can make file processing, and this file type could be Excel, Word, PowerPoint, or PDF files. And also we can use this for data operations and for advanced analytics like mathematical calculations, statistical analysis, and data visualizations. We can use this, and it has smart formatting, and you can use this format by just copying directly. And this supports also file outputs. If you have specific file and you have this template and you want to just fill this template according to your output, then this is also possible to do. And Excel files accept this as both input and output, and this is really nice for using a code interpreter. Actually, that's it from my side. If you have any question in the chat, I will answer in a minute. Thank you.
Awesome stuff, Nilufer. I love how you kind of showcased a couple of different methodologies there, but we're still able to arrive at success. So it really provides the opportunity for everyone to kind of see, hey, there's a few different ways to accomplish this. So super cool. Thank you. She's got some links available, so those will be in the show notes or the YouTube description. I also put them in the chat for you all to peruse and check out. So excellent work, Nilufer. Thank you again. All right, Alek. Again, Alek is our first-time presenter on the call today, everybody. So let's show him that support. He's going to talk about AI-driven documentation for Power Platform solutions. Alek, I see you took over the screen so I can see your slides. Awesome. Take it away, my friend.
Perfect. Thank you very much, David. Hello, everyone. Yes, today I want to present you a solution I've created for our company that helps us create documentations for the Microsoft Power Platform together with large language models. So because this is my first time here, a few words about myself. Like I said, my name is Alek Raklin. I work as an IT solution architect at thyssenkrupp Steel Europe, a German large steel manufacturing company. I've started 11 years ago, and now I work as an IT solution architect a lot with generative AI and also with a deep focus on the M365 ecosystem. I've actually started my Microsoft journey with the Microsoft Power Platform a few years ago, and with this application I was able to bring together this journey, the Microsoft Power Platform, a little bit with large language models. So what are we trying to solve? In our company we use the Microsoft Power Platform extensively and by embracing the idea of citizen developership. So we as the IT department, we provide guidelines, we provide certain rules, but a lot, or I would even say most of our solutions are coming from our business department. So they are the ones who are creating the apps, the flows, and so on. One of the things that is like a little paper cut or a pain point is the whole topic about documentation. So a question that always comes up or often comes up is what happens if a person created a nice, great solution, leaves the company. Is the solution documented? If someone has to take over, if a person is, for example, absent or on a leave, is the solution documented, and is someone else able to quickly dive in and understand what is happening there? And creating documentation for Power Platform is not that simple because it's low code. Your functionality is scattered across different user interfaces. You have Power App formulas, you have Power Automate flow steps. So it's not like you have like one big source of truth that's easily accessible for documentation. And because of this, I set out with an idea to build something and use, or at least try to use, large language models to automate this boring part. So to use large language models to truly automate documentation for Power Platform solutions. So the basic idea is that we get, first of all, source code. So we need something to provide the AI in order to create this documentation. And one source for the source code are solution zip files. So in general, if you create your solution, you put in your Power Apps, your Power Automate flows, environmental variables, and so on, and then export the zip file. Somewhere in there, you have the source code hidden for all of these components. Then you take the source code and you apply, I called it the secret sauce, but we will talk about what's behind the secret sauce a little bit later. But at the end of the day, it's about preparing the source code so that you can provide this to the AI in the best way so the performance of the AI is enhanced, because it's not very feasible just to throw in like the whole source code of your solution to the AI model. Then you use frontier LLMs, reasoning models that are able to process a lot of data, that have big context windows, so the capability to understand a lot of code, and you create detailed documentation. So this is the core idea, and I think it's better to show than to talk. So let's dive into the live demo where I will show you how this works. So what this is in its core a web application where we are here at the start page, and you can see like right now we have two options. So we can create a solution documentation, or, and this is quite new, we can create a solution review where we let the AI create like a review over the solution against the specified criteria for each of the components, like best practices. This is quite new, that's why it's in beta. So today I want to show you the documentation part that's already in production. So we click on documentation, and then it's actually a simple 4-step process. So first of all, we need to drop in our solution zip. So we need to export it from Power Platform, and then we can select it here and can upload it. And I can briefly show you what the solution is about. It's a template solution for this demo that I took actually from Microsoft. So it's an onboarding buddy that consists of a Power App, Power Automate flows, and so on. And it helps you when you're a new employee to onboard to the company. You get assigned an onboarding buddy and get like a structured process. So this is the solution that we will document now. And we uploaded it, and then I will click on Start Analysis. And the first step that is going on is this whole solution is now analyzed by this application, and there are happening quite a few steps like in the background that we will talk about on the next slides. But in general, you can see that now we extracted like a Canvas app. We identified that there are some Power Automate flows in the solution. Right now, this whole app supports Power Automate flows, Power Canvas apps, and environmental variables. Model-driven apps are on the roadmap. And now we can either select specific parts that for which we want to create the documentation, or we can select all of them. One important learning is, or one important information is, we have every time, like when we document something beforehand, we have the token count. So tokens, they measure how much information we pass on to the AI. So this is an important statistic, because when the solution is very, very big, we may need to actually take out some stuff before we pass it to the AI. In this case, I will just click on Accumulate All. And then we are at the last step before we create the documentation. So here we can change some settings, select some AI models. We use, for example, models that are hosted on our Azure AI Foundry. So we have the data protection that we need. And one thing I want to show you is this preview data, just so that you get an idea what we will send to the AI. So you can see in here this huge chunk of text. Like we can scroll down, it goes endlessly. This is what we will send, and this is like more or less the source code that we extracted from the solution. And to be honest, this is even a cleaned up version of the source code. It's an important step for the next few slides, but it's still very, very big. And this is what we will send. So I will click on Run Analysis. And because I've selected GPT 5.2, like our newest model, it can actually take 2 to 3 minutes until this analysis is complete. So I don't want you to look at an empty screen, and that's why I actually prepared a ready-made analysis, like in the second tab. So this is how it looks when the AI is done and finished the analysis. So every analysis is built the same way. So we have always the same structure. We provide very specific instructions to the AI model, so it creates this documentation. And you can see in here we start with some generous things like solution name, and this is, I think, very impressive. Like I work with LLMs for a lot of years now, since ChatGPT came out, and I was still very impressed when I saw this. It doesn't matter which solution we threw at the large language models, it was able to understand like the business purpose of the solutions just based on this huge chunk of custom code that we send. So you can see it understood. It's an onboarding buddy program. You have employees that can register. You have managers. You have automated background flows. And then we start with like a very detailed documentation. So it understands the key components. You also have the data sources. So it's able to dissect all of this just based on the solution zip file code that we send. And then we can scroll a bit faster. Then we start documenting the Canvas app, like the most important functionality, the most important screens. And it goes way and way and way below. You can, of course, tweak it by instructing it, for example, to be shorter. In this case, we wanted a very detailed documentation. And just to show you one small thing at the end, like when we go past the Power Automate flows, you can see at the end, we also get like a end-to-end walkthrough. So we see like the description from the end user perspective. So how does this whole solution, how all of these components tie together? So the user opens the app, the user is, for example, already a buddy, or he needs to sign up. So the AI is even able very easily to understand like the whole user experience end-to-end process of this solution. And at the very end, we also get like a nice mermaid representation of the solution. To be honest, this can get quite messy and chaotic depending on the complexity of the solution that we throw at it, but it's still an option to include in this documentation. And then we can just copy it, paste it to Word, or export as PDF. So this is like the basic functionality. There are some more features in there hidden that I didn't show today, but this is like the core functionality of creating Power Platform solutions, documentations for these solutions. And to round this up, I want to share some findings, some learnings along the way with you. So maybe you get inspired to build something like this your own. So first of all, I'm not a hardcore coder. Like, I'm a solution architect. I do like the solution design. I don't code that much, but I know my way around source code, of course, and web design. So I could build this together actually with AI. And the real challenge was not like the user interface of the tool that you saw. It was managing the context that we provide to the AI. Because Power Platform source code can be like huge, like it's a lot of text, it is very important to specify like what do we send to the AI model? What do we put in the context window of the AI? So one big enabler and one big feature that really brought these documentations to the next level was stripping out the source code before we send this out of unnecessary properties. So let's think about, for example, a Canvas app. We have buttons, we have drop downs, and all of these controls have like a lot of different properties. And let's ask ourselves, like, a button has a color property. Is it important if the color is green or blue? Is this really important for most documentations? I would say no. So this is why this tool, and this happened like in 2-3 seconds, strips away for each of the components unnecessary properties via some algorithms before we send this to the AI. And this was like a huge improvement in performance. Like, the documentation quality was very, very improved after this was implemented. And together with very specific instructions, system prompts that we also provide with this code, the documentation is pretty stable. And right now we are using this already in production. So 2 key learnings, if I may summarize this. I was surprised how well modern LLMs understand Power Platform source code. Of course, we know that LLMs are used to create source code, JavaScript, Python, and so on. But this is not JavaScript that we send. This is like JSON, YAML, very custom stuff. And LLMs were still, in their basic foundational capability, able to understand this really, really well. And I think this is like a very prominent topic right now in the AI industry. Context engineering plays actually a crucial role. So understanding what to put into the context. If you, for example, build a Power Automate AI prompt, what to put in there via the variables, and or in this use case, what to put into the source code context was actually quite important. So this is like a big insight for me to understand what to provide to the AI and not just dump every information that I have in there and hope that the AI will be able to successfully reason over it. All right. So this concludes my presentation. I hope it was interesting. I had a lot of fun, and thank you for having me.
Awesome, Alek. Very, very cool stuff. Yeah, thank you as well. Again, everybody, is Alek's first presentation on the call. I think you rocked it, knocked it out of the park. So thank you for showing up and sharing with the community. And of course, both of our presenters today, Nilufer and Alek, thank you both again. Love, love, love this community. Shane, what do you say? Some gifts of gratitude?
Oh man, those were both awesome, right? And Alek, yeah, great job being a first timer with all that. That was very thorough and very well done. So kudos to both of you. I love the whole like bringing in Copilot Studio and showing the value there, right? Because here's one of my giveaways for my State of the Union, right? Like, I really think this year is going to be the year that, like, by the end, we're all going to be building Copilot Studio agents all the time. So we should all be very cognizant of that Copilot Studio stuff and the code interpreter and the AI prompts. Like, that's the AI prompts, especially, right? Like, that is something that, as you guys are thinking about, like, how do I get AI into my organization? That is the way, right? Like, don't think of it as how do I build this monster AI machine? Like, say, hey, where can I take an AI prompt and just sprinkle in a little AI to existing apps or workflows like that? That is a great, great first step. So I love that you mentioned how AI prompts could also do that. And then, Alek, I hate documentation, but man, it's important. So kudos to figuring out how to get that in there. I love your insights as well about thinking a little bit harder about, what you're asking it to do or ignore and not do. Like, really, I don't know. I'm overwhelmed. Both of you did amazing today. So kudos. Thank you. And to the rest of you that are listening to this, like, you've got this to do as well. Like, you can do this. You can come and share what you've learned, right? And it will be awesome and amazing. And David will hold your hand through the whole process if you're a first timer and need it. So please, please, please sign up to be a presentation next time. And yeah, thank you guys very much.
Yeah, awesome. We'll power it up. See what I did there? Yeah, awesome. Okay, so some resources for each and every one of you. If you're on this call, hopefully it means you like community calls. We got more. In case you were unaware, our Tuesday calls are the weekly product updates with Microsoft speakers. So this is where you're able to see those product managers and program managers sharing the latest and greatest. And sometimes you're going to see it there first, or you're going to get a preview, which is awesome. So make sure you get that on your calendar. We've got our weekly Microsoft 365 and Power Platform community call. And you may get, wait a second, Dave. Last time, I think you said it was bi-weekly, didn't you? What's going on here? It has been bi-weekly in the past. I know we do this call monthly, our Power Platform. So if you're not on those, it is now a weekly call. Instead of having two different topics every other Thursday, but every Thursday and trying to explain that, great Scott, right? It is just the weekly call, and we're covering everything. So you can get updated invites. If you got too many or you're unsure, you could always just delete those invites. Go to these URLs, and you can get all of the latest and greatest invites for those to be on your calendar. We recommend it. You can go to ak.ms/community/calls for all of those and get those downloaded. And of course, our monthly Power Platform, which you are here on our Office add-ins. Speaking of those calls and that next Tuesday Microsoft speakers call, Natalie Piankowska is going to be back talking about announcing Frontline Agent and Microsoft 365 Copilot. And then Patrick Rogers is going to talk about Introduction to SharePoint Site Creation in Microsoft Graph. So we all span the spectrum of technologies we work with. It's great to see that we're able to learn about everything we work with in all of these calls at the same time, which is just super, super exciting. If you would like to communicate and collaborate with other members of the community, we've got our community Discord server, so you can kind of show off to the kids that you are a cool parent in Discord. 3,000 plus members. It is one-stop shop, which is kind of awesome because there's lots of channels in there that span, again, the spectrum of the technology that we all use each and every day. So it's a great way to have one place to go communicate and collaborate with over 3,000 members. It's like our own little 24/7 conference. That's kind of cool, right? Awesome. Okay, and of course, we would love to get some feedback from you on these calls. And hey, just telling us that things are going good. Hey, that's feedback too. We would love to hear it. So let us know. Or if there's other ways in which you think we can improve, we want to do that too, because these are for you. The recording of this call will be available in 24 hours or less on the Microsoft Community Learning YouTube channel, aka.ms/community/YouTube. You can also find us on all the socials, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Twitter/X. The next call will be the third Wednesday of February, which happens to land on the 18th at 8 a.m. Pacific time. You can, again, get those invites at aka.ms/Power Platform Community Call. And see all the other calls as well at our various links. So thank you all again for a wonderful call today. Thank you for supporting this community. Have a great, wonderful rest of the day and rest of the week. And Shane, thank you as always.
Always love you, my friends. See you next month.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.